Hey everybody, welcome to the Breaking Point with Alan.
Simon.
Well, he's Alan, I'm
I'm
Simon.
Simon.
I'm Simon. And today we're going to be reviewing Call of Duty 2, well, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
It is the most anticipated game of the year. I loved playing this game. I mean, I could keep playing the game over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, eventually I get tired of playing the same story, but I mean, multiplayer, it's amazing. I mean,
Brilliant.
we
And hardcore mode is great for people who don't like radar.
Yeah, I mean, we rented the game the first time, and we played it for like 12 minutes, and then he had to leave, and I beat the game that same day.
Yeah, life scenarios prevented me from playing my video games, which I'm very sore about, but that's another subject. Yeah.
Well, anyway, the graphics in the game are amazing. I had no frame rate problem at all. It was just up to quick movement and a lot of going on, explosions around you. It was, it was really actiony. I loved it was an adrenaline rush the whole time you played. It was never a boring part.
Yeah, I kept up with the whole series of the Call of Duties, really. That's
well, because some of the Call of Duties get kind of lame, but this one was
up there with,
this one had explosions
war,
everywhere. I mean, there was literally explosions and gunfire everywhere. There was not a point where you were just like standing still, and even when you were standing still in stealth ops, like when you were being stealthy, you had to like literally be quiet. So like if you like made a noise, these guys would like kill you. They would kill you, and it was like it's not like, oh, maybe if I make a noise, the computer will glitch and they won't hear me. No, they'll find you. They will find you. There's like German shepherds roaming around and shit. It's just amazing. The weapon and the realism are awesome. I mean, they took real weapons and just threw them in the game. Like everything that we normally use in like in Warfare, and things that we were gonna use in Warfare, they just threw it in the game. They didn't even bother to be like, hey, we'll save this for later. No, they just threw it in the game. It's realistic to a certain point. Now, when I say a certain point, this is the downside for me for Call of Duty. There's the I'm dying meter, which is like take cover, you're taking a lot of damage.
It's like a health bar.
I mean, if you got hit so many times and you're literally like seeing blood on your screen, you should be dead. And like
or automatically die within a certain time frame.
Yeah, and then that's another problem, the I'm dying thing. You're like laying on the ground and you're kind of crawling away, and you can like pull your sidearm out and fire it.
Yeah.
Now you can do this for quite a bit of time, like for like 30, 40 seconds. I mean,
how's that different? It's not more to them. What's that?
The one that you can blow. Well, it's kind of like when it's kind of like when Gears of War, where you're downed and you can crawl around, but if you had the grenade equipped to you, you can actually blow yourself up. It was kind of like that, and it took way too long for you to die. With multi-platform, which is good for if you didn't own an Xbox 360,
if you didn't own the PS3
or PC. You can play any one of them, and the Wii just recently released that they're gonna do the same thing that they did with the Reflex Edition that we actually bought for my cousin for Christmas. They're gonna release it for the Wii, so it's for every system. And lucky enough that we have an Xbox and a Wii and a PC and a PlayStation 3, so we're pretty much covered. I mean,
you can play it in every way possible.
Yeah. Another downside was Special Ops. It was really boring after a while. Like, I understand it's the only form of co-op. They should have really put the co-op in the campaign. I understand this is supposed to be the co-op in the campaign, where one guy is the guy on the ground and the other guy is a helicopter or a tank or support. It was just lame to me. It was just so stupid, and it sucked. To me personally, it sucked.
The biggest complaint from a multiplayer standpoint is that sometimes if you don't have the ability to get a partner who can match your abilities, you are stuck. You cannot advance any further.
Yeah, and there was
the biggest complaint I've heard from.
There was a lot of controversy to this game when it first came out, which was the No Russian mission, where you actually were part of the army and you went undercover as with the Russian terrorists, and you went to a Russian airport and you killed all the Russians. Innocent people in the airport. So if you're not,
they don't want to promote it. It's one of those.
If you're weak at heart, I mean, there's an actual message that comes up on the screen saying if you want to skip this mission, you can, and you won't be affected by any achievements or anything. So I mean, I ran through it. I didn't shoot anybody at all. I let them do all the shooting until the army came and started shooting at me, and then I shot back. But I really didn't, want to do it. It's just something in my image. Like I would never
shoot at innocent people.
Yeah.
Not to be, a monster or anything, but for the sake of continuing the gameplay, advancing the story, I would, just because it's part of the game and it's an option to do it. So they want.
Well, they also gives you an option to skip, though.
Yes, which means if you didn't want to skip it, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. You deserve to go to hell. No.
All right. So, I mean,
But that's a different battle. That's a battle for a
yeah,
different video.
I give the game a 9.7 out of 10 because it was just such a good game. It just had those little problems. Other than that, the game nearly perfect. What about you?
Yes, I give it 10 out of 10. My favorite addition was the ability to throw knives.
I still haven't been able to do that yet. So I mean, I'm gonna try to learn how to do it. And
one of the things that made the cherry on top of the sundae, as they would say, was I found this one video on YouTube of someone throwing the knife at the end of the game, like last 10 seconds, over the building and randomly just killing a dude with the knife. Although it's totally off topic, I thought it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And it cracked me up. And when a game can create these kind of situations where you can watch just highlight videos, well, it's not glitching, it's just things that happen. It's good. The game is great. It gives you a reason to share it more replay value. And that's what you want when you play games. You don't have to play it once and then put it down and never play it again.
I totally agree.
Like Army of 2 or something.
Army of 2 is such a good game.
Okay.
Anyway, from the breaking point, this is Simon, not Alan.
This is Alan, not Simon.
And we are the breaking point. See you guys later.